ونبلوكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.
Every opinion counts. Genuine observations highly welcome. No rumor, no speculation. Open and frank discussion. This is the National Bantaba Forum, and I am Tijan Jane. Tonight, our special guest, Gambia University Law Students Association. And we will be looking at the importance of the establishment of the law faculty. Well, as usual, to kickstart the program, I will just briefly introduce my panelists, starting with Perminte. These are now all familiar faces for those of us who follows the Bantaba. Perminte, it's good to have you in another edition of the Bantaba.
Okay.
Honorable Sidinjai, Alhaji Sidinjai, and then Honorable Babu Agei Sonko. And before even going further, I will also like to acknowledge the presence of some of the executive members with us in our studios, and starting with the President, Mr. Thomas Faoud Toure. Maybe you're going to excuse me for some of the pronunciation. The Vice President, Mr. Mustafa Ka. At least shake a little bit so we know that you are around, and then, you know, the viewers will know who is who. And we have the Secretary General, Mr. Abdul A. Mane. Mr. Mane, welcome. We have the PRO, Mr. Almame Manga. And then the Assistant PRO, Luisa. Luisa, welcome. And Social Secretary, Asiyatu Sambu. Asiyatu, good to have you here. And then Assistant Social Secretary, Peter K. Mendy. We have the Treasurer Fatima Tadabo, Assistant Treasurer Swaibu Abitei, Auditor Serif K. Job, Sports Minister Henrietta Ikefre, Assistant Sports Minister Malik Juf, and Fiona Ba is also with us, who is the acting dean. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have you on the National Bantaba Forum. And it's a tradition that when we invite people, we ask them to clap for themselves. Honorable, tonight our special topic will focus on the importance of the establishment of the law faculty. Well, later in the program, we will also visit some of their past activities and an upcoming event, which is Law Day. That plus many other things. As we move on, they will furnish us with some of those information. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Tijan. Good evening, viewers. Good evening to all of you. As you rightly indicated, we have members of the University of the Gambia Law Students Association of the Law Faculty. Tijan, the importance of the University of the Gambia cannot be overemphasized. But most importantly, the university has various faculties. But the law faculty, President Jammeh and his government policies, and all of us who are within the academics, and also knows the importance of education. But in 1994, when President Jammeh came to power, his ardent desire was to ensure that he eradicate ignorance poverty, starvation, hunger, and this cannot be in the absence of education. And up to 1994 and 1996, prior to the establishment of the University of the Gambia by His Excellency the President, for one to acquire higher knowledge of educations, that university educations in the country was an elusive dream. Now, President Jammeh, realizing that for a country to be developed, you need productive human resource, and that cannot be in the absence of higher educational background. Comes the University of the Gambia with all other faculties except the law faculty. Most of our legal luminaries, in fact, at the time, our legal luminaries were in Gambian. And the president was determined to Gambianize the legal systems of this country, and the judiciary in particular. And he said, I want to prove skeptics wrong, to reflect our minds and to flash our mind back that when he came to power in 1994, and when he talked about the University of the Gambia, which is his attributes and his brainchild today, skeptics and people who are prophets of doom were saying that the Gambia cannot, or his regime cannot establish a university. And today we are living testimony that the University of the Gambia, established by President Jammeh and his government, can stand the test of time to say that it is one of the best universities within the sub-region and even beyond. And the University of the Gambia, like any other university elsewhere in the world, can partake in any international fora, international competitions, be it debate, or in the case of the law faculty, be it moot or whatever, around the world. But nonetheless, they will tell us, we are reliably informed that the law faculty of the University of the Gambia, particularly the Law Student Association, has been participating in an international forum, and they have represented the Gambia tremendously. When I say they have represented the Gambia, it's not only mere participation, but they have made impact, and they have even gone beyond the expectations of ordinary Gambians. Tijan, having them here today, you go to the judiciary, you go to the Ministry of Justice, and even you go to the private institutions and firms, you will find out there are many Gambians now who are graduates of the University of the Gambia Faculty of Law. The objective is, when you talk about justice, when you talk about the rule of law in any given society or country, there are a lot of challenges. The cultural aspect of it, the setting, the regional, the traditional norms of that particular society count a lot. And if you have people who are outside that setting, that culture, that region, and that geography, for them to come and effectively dispenses justice to the aspirations of government, of that particular government, of that citizens and that country, can only be better done by the citizen of that particular country. This is the reason why one of the greatest achievements of His Excellency the President is the establishment of the University of the Gambia, and by extension, the law faculty of the University of the Gambia. Gambians owe His Excellency and his government a debt of gratitude for being championing the cause of justice, for being championing the independence of the judiciary, because it can only be in a better footing if our own citizens are managing the hands of the judiciary in this country. At the law faculty,